Hello and welcome to another episode of Renaissance Botany. In this episode, we'll talk about the elite food of the late Middle Ages and Renaissance in the Latium region. This paper is by Dr. Francisca Alquerque and is based on another dig site within Italy, specifically Latium. This paper studies several Latium dig sites that were dumping grounds for leftover remnants of food and other materials. The goal is to see what the elite of society ate within that region, and here are the results. A great many remnants of animals were found within the Latium pits. There was a great prevalence of sheep versus pig, with cattle being the last place member of that region. Remnants of different birds, especially chicken, were also found within that region. Cervets and tortoises were also found within the refuse pits. These pits that were studied had a greater level of animal bones than the other pits that were studied in previous experiments, such as the Grafino pit 1 and 2. Other remnants that are found within the diet of the elite also include other animals such as rabbit species, various types of fish and crustacean, and fox. Evidence suggests that dogs were also eaten, because remnants of dogs that showed butchery marks were also found within that pit. But most instances showcase that pets were also buried within this pit, as well as various pest animals such as rats. Burning was not very common, indicating that roasting was not a common technique used for cooking within this region. Remnants of wild boar were also found within several pits, due to similar morphologies to common wild boars. However, later, DNA tests found within the pig remnants found that these were actually crossbreeds or hybrids between wild boars and regular pigs. Although the presence of pure-blooded wild pig cannot be ruled out, it is likely that a great deal of the wild boar consumed within ancient Italy were actually crossbreeds that were herded. Based on the bones of the different animals, sheep and goats were eaten very young, in much the same way they're eaten in modern days. These Latium pits also showcase that this general facility was once used for discarding remnants of animals in general. Based on the information, at least in several locations, chickens contributed very little to the diet, indicating that larger meat animals were used more often for consumption during that era. Another pit was found called the Santi Quattro Quartieri complex in Rome, which provide both plant and animal remnants, and here are the results of that dig site. 6,000 remnants of seeds and fruit were discovered. The majority of the remnants were grapes and olives. Remnants of cherries, plums, peaches, blackberries, citrus, and melon and calabash, as well as apples, figs, and hazelnuts, and chestnuts, and walnuts, were also found within that pit. But the most interesting groups were the remnants of pumpkin and pomegranate. Pomegranate was historically used as a food of the elite, and the pumpkin is native to the New World, indicating that the royalty and the elite of Italy had access to New World crops. From a grain standpoint, cereals are the second most abundant group within these dig sites. The remnants are dominated by wheat and millet. In terms of pulses, the remnants are dominated by faba beans and peas. Other vegetables are also found within the remnants in this dig site, and garden vegetables, such as onion, garlic, fennel, black pepper, hemp, various weeds, alfalfa, and cypress. Within the tower dig site, pigs were the most common, and cattle are once again rare. There appears to be supplements of different birds to be consumed within this culture, such as chicken, pigeon, and various types of eggs. And based on this information, the affluent of that region of Italy had a high level of consumption of wild game and young animals of livestock origin, as well as the occasional dog or fox as a source of meat. It is unknown if the servants ate it or if it was part of the diet of the super rich. Grafino pit number 1 had a small amount of fauna within the pit. Not small in number, but small in terms of animal size, indicating that that pit was used by individuals of lower status. The refuse found in the Gaffino Pit number 2 was likely used by the ancient elite family known as the Balginis. Very young animals were often used and found within this pit, indicating that these individuals were quite wealthy. The Tower Dump, or the Santi Quattro Cortine dig site, had the only plant remains found within this dig site, and it showed the presence of various luxury goods such as pomegranate, and prestigious spices such as coriander and black pepper, and more importantly 2 species of pumpkin from the New World. Whilst within other dig sites of the common people, all the crops are typically nascent to the region for hundreds if not thousands of years. This indicates that both exotic plants and animals were utilized by the rich and wealthy during that era. This conforms with a cook called Scapi, a cook of the elite of the 16th century, who often cooked guinea pigs as an exotic food. But in summary, sheep and goat and pig are the main species in terms of numbers within all 3 pits, indicating that these 3 species made up the bulk of the diet of that region. Most of the ruminants within the dig sites associated with wealth had remnants of offal, ears, eyes, feet, and heads. These are often eaten by the lower class within that era. As such, high status individuals would have remnants of these pieces within the dig sites, and at least the heads were found within these wealthy dig sites. But more or less, the wealthy utilized a wide array of animal and plant sources for food during the Renaissance and late medieval ages. And that about covers everything. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this video. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to me on BitChute for a greater variety of content, 4 videos a week. And thank you to all my subscribers on both platforms. I appreciate it.